right, welcome back to AZ Astro. So it has been quite some time. A lot of things have been going on this year. I'll explain more about what went on this year a little bit later in this video. But I'm back in my backyard. It's December 24th, Christmas Eve. I have been imaging the Christmas tree cluster or nebula, which I don't know which one it's called. I believe it's cluster, but it's NGC2264, I believe. If I got that wrong, I'll put a notation down at the bottom. But NGC2264. I figured that since it's Christmas time and it's been a couple months since I've put out a video, that I would do, Christmas themed video. So that's what I'm imaging tonight as well. I've done 2 nights of it so far. So I got the first night, I think about 4 hours worth on it. And then on Nina, I had an issue where it wouldn't, where Nina kept erroring, saying that it couldn't slew to the target, which I later found out is because apparently EQ mod is squirrely around pointing straight up. So I later fixed that, and then I did last night. I did, I want to say, I did 24 5-minute exposures through each filter, so HA, O3, and S2. So that's, I believe, 6 hours. And then tonight, I'm going to try to do the same. I'm going to try to do another 6 hours worth. So hopefully by the end of this video, the picture that you see will be at least 12 hours worth of exposure time. That's what I'm going for. I've never done the Christmas tree cluster before, so this will be my first time. The HA data that I was getting was very promising, so hopefully that goes well. It's about 7 o'clock right now, I think, and so the cluster is currently about right there. So I have to wait until about 8:30, 9 o'clock before it comes up high enough in the sky that I can actually image it. Come here, Elliot. Come say hi to everybody. Come here. Yeah, come say hi to everybody. Yeah, you're a good boy. So also, I forget what day it was. Nope, I didn't forget. It was December 10th, 2022. They did the Astropalooza on Astro World TV YouTube channel. If you guys haven't seen that channel, it's a really cool channel. They do live streams every Wednesday and Friday nights. They bring on guests, and their guests have ranged from other YouTubers to Prima Luce Labs, the people who run Prima Luce Labs, to people from Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope, just everybody you can think of. Just awesome show. So you can learn so much from that show, and they talk for, I think it's a good 2 hours every Wednesday and Friday night. And I watch them almost religiously. I haven't been able to watch them for a while, but they were doing a giveaway to a random astronomy group that signed up for the raffle, of course. And all the proceeds from these t-shirts, the Astropalooza 2022 t-shirts, went to that astronomy group. So I don't know what they're up to now, but they're still selling the t-shirts if you guys want to buy one. They're still selling them until, I believe, December 31st. So if you guys want to help support the group that won, go ahead and buy a t-shirt. So it's got the Astropalooza on the front, and then it has the names of, I believe those are the names of the people that participated in the Astropalooza, which was an all day. It was like 12 hours, I think it was. Just awesome YouTube channel. I definitely suggest you guys check it out. So I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get my telescope all set up, make sure everything's working, make sure drivers are up, and then I'll wait till about 9, and then I will see you guys then. So I forgot to record my imaging session. And when I did remember, I recorded about 10 minutes, I'd say, of me explaining stuff, and found out in post-process as I was trying to put the video together that I completely forgot to switched the microphone on my computer over to the appropriate microphone. So I have about 10 minutes of video with no sound. So I decided to come out here tonight. It's Christmas night. I'm out in my front yard. It's probably about 58 degrees outside, so it's absolutely beautiful out here. I've got my porch light, which is actually my security camera with a light on it so you guys can see me, but I figured I would talk a little bit out here in the front. I'll show you guys some of the pictures that I got, the HA03 and S2. In PixInsight, it's currently stacking all three of them right now. So I figured I'd take this time and talk to you guys. So hopefully that image is going to come out really good. The HA looks really, really good, which is what is mostly in this nebula, is HA. So hopefully I'll be able to get a good one. I'll try to pull some blues out of there, but it will be mostly red. But so I had actually done a video at the beginning of October. And sorry about the traffic in the background. I would do it in the backyard, but the backyard just, you guys have seen that tons, and you know, this is the front yard, and I'm kind of proud of my lawn and everything. So I did a video beginning of October. So what had happened was I got a call from my mother last week of September, and she told me that my grandmother had passed away. She had been in the hospital for a week. She had had a massive stroke and passed away in the hospital. And so the last weekend of the month, which was the first weekend of October, that's fireworks in the background, by the way, I drove up to Utah. So I came up from Phoenix and drove right off to the side of the Grand Canyon and up into Utah. And I spent 3 days out there, and, you know, I was a pallbearer for my grandmother, and, you know, drove my grandfather around everywhere. He's 92 years old with stage 4 renal failure, so I'm not quite sure how much longer he has. So I would like to actually get up there one more time before he does pass away as well. But so I drove up there, and it was, you know, I got to see all my family that I haven't seen for a long time. That was a close one. There's a lot of fireworks going off. It's Christmas night. People are having fun. So I drove up there, and I, you know, got to say goodbye to my grandmother and see my grandfather possibly for the last time. But on my way back, we stopped for the night in Utah, in a place called Glendale, Utah. And we stopped in a orange grove. And there's a really, really beautiful orange grove. I completely forgot to take pictures and videos of it, but I did do a video in the orange grove where I imaged the Heart Nebula. I still got to go through and do all the video and all that stuff and process that image. I don't even know if I'll ever put that out, but I'm going to look at it, see what happens. So I tried to do a video then, but that didn't quite work out. So I did the video, and I got back, I think it was like October 2nd, I believe. I got back, and the very next day, I went to work that night. The very next day, I get back, and I don't know if you guys know, I don't think I've ever talked about this, but my roommate, his name is Norm. You've seen him in one of the videos when I went out to my property. Not only is he my best friend, but I am his caretaker. So he's, you know, he's a 400-pound guy, and he's got diabetes and heart failure and, you know, everything you can think of. So one of the things that I do for him is I pull off on his legs right here. He wears these compression stockings. And what I do is I pull off the compression stockings and I wash his legs, and then I put on fresh compression stockings. Well, the very next day I get back from Utah, I pull off his compression stockings, and I notice on his left foot that his pinky toe and the flesh just underneath it is black. So we end up going to the hospital because black flesh is never a good sign, especially when it smells as horrid as it did. So we end up going to the hospital, find out that he has a diabetic foot infection, which cut the circulation off to his number 4 and 5 toe, which is the pinky toe and the toe next to the pinky toe. We spent 2 weeks in the hospital. I went to work, hospital, that's all I did that entire week. So the video that I'd made just sat on my laptop for the entire 2 weeks. And he ended up getting those 2 toes amputated. And so we get out of the hospital, and by this time it's been 2 weeks. I'm completely exhausted from not sleeping as much as I should sleep because I want to be there for him, because the nurses, as awesome as they are and as awesome as they were when he was there this time, they just couldn't keep up with everything. So I was there to help do things that the nurses couldn't get to. And so he ended up getting those 2 toes amputated. We got home, I think it was October like 18th, maybe 20th, something like that. We get back, and since then, I have been responsible for making sure, setting up his meds. He was told that he doesn't walk on his foot. And so I've been taking care of his meds. I've been doing his PICC line. He's got, or TAC line, I guess is what they call it, which is where they go into his artery right here in his chest. So he has these 2 little like prong injection ports, I guess you'd call them, sticking out of his chest. So twice a day at midnight and noon, I have to administer liquid antibiotic through that. So that's really, really hindered me from being able to go out to the areas that I want to go to and do, dark sky imaging. And not that I'm blaming Norm or anybody else. This is just a fact of life. But, so it was my grandmother who passed away. I tried to do a video on my way home. Like I said, I've got it all on my laptop and stuff. I just got to go over it. I'll see what happens. And then the whole thing with Norm. And with Norm, I'm still administering antibiotics, and I will be till probably February. So this whole thing is going to take till February, maybe even into March. So it's been one thing after another. I've been tired, and I haven't really had the drive to do imaging. And then on top of that, about a month ago, I decided that I wanted to start a new business. And so for those of you who don't know, I own a janitorial company, which is what this van right here is for, even though it's dead. But I think you can see the black Tahoe about right there, right in front of my 1970 C20. But I own a janitorial business. Well, since COVID, that hasn't really picked up very much. And so it's making ends meet, but just barely. So I decided that I was going to invest in a new business doing pressure washing. Well, here in Arizona, there really isn't a market for house washing or anything like that because it's so dry and arid here in Arizona that we don't have a problem with algae. We don't have issues with any of that kind of stuff. So I'll basically just be doing pressure washing, cleaning driveways, patios, pool decks, walkways, stuff like that. So I'm hoping, and if any of you guys are religious, pray for me. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that business up and make up the slack from the cleaning company and be able to, bring in more money. So I've been working on that a lot. Like I've been forming the LLC. I got my IRS IEN number. I went to the bank to start a business account. For weeks, I've just been doing stuff. I've been buying a pressure washer, purchasing, tanks that I need, purchasing a trailer that I need. So that's really cut into my imaging time as well. But what I wanted to do was get a video out over Christmas weekend because it's been almost 3 months since I've done a video. And this year, unfortunately, has been really, really slow for me in videos. So the beginning of the year, it's just been a really weird year. So the whole year we've had just thunderstorm or rainstorm after rainstorm after rainstorm. So like all summer long, July, August, and all the way into September, it was like every single week was a rainstorm. And so the entire summer I wasn't able to image. And then even going into winter, we just had a rainstorm last week. We had a rainstorm the week before that, and it's supposed to rain on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this coming week. So the weather has not been very kind. Granted, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so we definitely need that rain, but it hasn't really been good for imaging. And then to top that off, I've just been with everything that's going on, with all the rainstorms that were going on and all the health issues and everything. I just really haven't had the drive to do imaging. So my rig has just been sitting in my closet collecting dust. Well, this weekend I decided, no, I need to get back into it. I love doing it. And I need to just get that drive to get up out of bed and actually do it. Those of you who do imaging like I do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You just have that sense of just, oh, I'm warm, I'm laying in bed, I'm comfortable, I don't want to get up and do this. I'd rather sleep. I'd rather spend time with my significant other, or whatever reasons. And that's all great and everything, but I just felt that I needed to get back into it, because I know I have a lot of people on this channel. I think I'm up to 250 subscribers, which is way more than I ever thought I'd have. And I don't want to just, stop doing videos, because I enjoy doing my videos. I enjoy doing imaging. And so I wanted to get back into it. So next year, I'm hoping to be a lot more active than I am this year. I've got I'm getting my truck, my C20 back there. You can see the camper shell right here. I'm going to set that up as a camper truck. And my goal is I want to be going out at least once a month to a dark sky site for a night or 2 nights, and be able to image and camp and, enjoy myself, because that's what I love doing. I'm an outdoors person. I don't like being in the house 24/7. I don't like going to malls and stuff like that. I want to be out in the outdoors. So that's my plan. I'm hoping 2023 will be a much more active year for me. I'll make a lot more videos, I'm hoping. Maybe learn how to make better videos. I'm attempting to do that with this video, as instead of just showing you my computer screen and talking in the background, I wanted to, change up the scenery a little bit, which is another reason why I want to go to dark sky sites. So that's my excuses for the year, I guess you could say. And so this weekend, I wanted to do the imaging. I wanted to get the imaging done last night and get the video out today on Christmas Day, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I might be able to get it out like here in a few hours, but I doubt that, so it'll probably be tomorrow. But I wanted to kind of do it. I wanted to image the Christmas tree nebula, because it's Christmas time. It's, everybody's with their friends and families, and, it's the holiday season. And so I want to do the Christmas tree nebula, and I'd never done the Christmas tree nebula before. And so from the HA frames that I have so far, I think it's going to come out pretty good. So that has basically been that has been what I've been up to. It's a really weird sentence. That's what I've been up to. There we go. That's what I've been up to. And so, yeah, I'll try to be more active 2023. I'm going to try to do at least every couple weeks a video, imaging, and all that good stuff. So to everybody who's, subscribers to my channel, and even those who aren't subscribers, I hope that you will subscribe, like and subscribe to videos if you want to see more. It makes me really happy that people, not only care about what I have to say, but care about astronomy in general, being able to take these photos of these objects that are millions and millions of light years away, hundreds of millions of light years away, and be able to bring those and show you on paper, on a computer screen, of what that looks like, and how absolutely beautiful our night sky is. And be able to do that out of a Bortle 8, Bortle 9 zone. Just such a bright zone, and be able to actually bring that stuff out of the skies. Just makes me happy. It makes me happy that people actually want to see that they're interested in that. So anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I don't know any other holidays, so happy holidays for all the other ones. And Happy New Year. And if I don't get a video out before January 1st, I'll see you guys in January 2023. All right, so I wanted to show you guys the photos. Like I said, unfortunately, I fell asleep and I didn't get to record anything in the screen, but doing it out in my front yard is more interesting. So this is the 03 photo. It's not too bad. You can kind of see some gases right in this area, and you have the nice stars and stuff like that. I am going to have to crop it because you can see some nasty, nasty stuff around there. But that's no big deal. So that's the 03. And then this is the S2. And I don't know why this is happening. I went through my photos and I didn't see anything that would mess stuff up, but not a big deal. You can definitely see a lot more of the clouds in S2. So you've got the nebula right there, and then all these gaseous clouds. But the HA is the most interesting. Now that is a lot. Like, I get some pictures that have a lot of clouds and stuff, but never quite like this. Like, you can see all the clouds, all the gases. And now I don't know if it's this entire nebula that's the Christmas tree nebula, or just this little spot right here that's the Christmas tree nebula. I'm not sure. I think this whole thing looks like a Christmas tree, but so does this down here. But it's whatever. So hopefully after I get done processing, I'll be able to, get a really, really good image. I'm hoping for a really good image. So that's the images I took pretty much. I did purchase Blur Exterminator, so if it's blurry, we'll see what we can do about that. All right, I will see you guys when I unveil the final image.